Good afternoon. My name's Susan. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do something called beef and noodle casserole. Guess what's in it? Beef and noodles. Right here I've got a pound of, this is a pound of ground beef. It's an 80-20. It's grass-fed, grass-finished. I've got my oven preheated at 350 degrees, and I've got a pot of water coming to a boil on the top of the stove for noodles, because you can't have beef and noodle casserole without noodles. So we're going to get this going. So now I've got a large onion here. I'm not going to use all this. I'm going to use about, I'd say probably half a cup of onion, diced. This is 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to put that in there. That's all minced. Let me wash my hands out with the onions here. Here's Silly. Silly's down here looking to have something to eat, I believe. It's probably about an hour before her supper time. But she doesn't know that, nor does she care. So I'm going to get this going. I'm going to get this browned. We kind of struggling outside right now. I don't know if you've seen the news, but there are some fires in Canada, in Manitoba and what's the other one? British Columbia and
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan and Manitoba. And we're only, what, 50 miles from the Canadian border?
Not far.
Yeah, not far at all. So the smoke is thick out there. We were hoping for rain today to clear that out, but so far rain has not come. But those poor people, I guess the evacuations in Winnipeg are just horrendous. Our prayers go out to those people across the border. We hope that they get home safely when it's time to get home. Okay, so we've got this going. We're going to cook this for a while until the meat is no longer pink and the onions are kind of translucent. You know, another thing I'm going to do. Now this recipe that I found, and I've kind of made it my own, called for cream of mushroom soup. Well, I very seldom use a soup. So I've got some sliced mushrooms here. These are little porcini mushrooms. I'm going to put about, I'd say probably about 4 ounces of sliced mushrooms in here. I'm going to cook those with the ground beef and the onion and the garlic. Get them softened up. It's going to take a few minutes. I think at this point we're going to take a little break, and we're going to be back in a few. Okay, so now we've got our noodle water boiling. And I've got 12 ounces of egg noodles. I'm going to drop in here. Of course, this is boiling salted water. And it says to boil these noodles 10 to 12 minutes. Now I don't want to boil them 12 minutes out because we're going to put them back in the oven and cook them. So we're going to have to take them, boil them, excuse me, Will, boil them maybe 10 minutes. So we're going to get these going. They're going to boil. Let's get them going here. Now if you want to take a look at the, let me set the timer. Okay? Alright, now we've got the noodles in the water, salted water, boiling. The recipe, like I said, called for 10 to 12 minutes. We're only going to boil them for about 10 because we want to finish them off in the oven. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of salt here, because we're going to add cheese to this, so it's going to be salty as it is. So our mushrooms are almost cooked through. That smells good. Looks good. Smells good. Should be good. Alright, now we got getting these noodles cooked. Alright, they look good. You can use any kind of noodle you want. I just happen to have, what were these? These were no yolk broad noodles. So that's what we have downstairs in the pantry, and that's what I'm using. We're going to get this cooked. We're going to keep this cooking while our noodles cook. And Will said it was raining out, so maybe that'll help the fires up in Canada. At least I hope so. Maybe it'll clear out some of the smoke, because it just looks hazy outside right now. So we've got, what do we got? Got about 9 more minutes, so I'll tell you what, we're going to come back in about 9 minutes and show you how to finish this off. Okay, our pasta's done. Now we're going to drain it. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to drain this pasta into a colander. Oh, first I want to save some of the pasta water. Let me get in here and save, what do we got? About 1.5 cups. That should be good. Now we'll pour this out. Get it out of there. Oops. It's sliding with these things. Let me try something else here. Okay, here we go. We're going to get all this out of there. Get it drained. Ooh. Now.
There any steam on your glasses right now?
No, none whatsoever.
Okay.
So I'm going to take these noodles and we're going to put them in a 9 by 13 baking dish that I have sprayed with a non-stick spray. So let's get these kind of drained pretty good here. Put them in there. Alright. Now I've got 2 tablespoons of butter I'm going to mix in there. Just going to kind of stir it in there with the noodles. That'll keep them separated so they don't all stick together while we finish the rest of our dish. Alright, now I'm going to come back over here to our meat mixture. And I'm going to add, it calls for a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. Well, this is homemade tomato sauce. So we're going to just put it in here and cook it. Look how rich that is. It's chunky. A little different than your tomato sauce you buy in the store. But this is homemade. We know what's in it. There are no surprises. And it's a good way to use up your tomatoes in the summertime. Alright, so we're going to put this in here. Look at that. I'll tell you how good that smells. There's that chunky tomato sauce. Get it going here. Now, I'm also going to put, I've got about 8 ounces of shredded cheddar cheese. And I'm going to put, I think, probably not quite half of this cheddar cheese in here.
How much are you putting in there?
Well, I've got 8 ounces grated, but I'm not putting not quite half of it in there.
So you're about 4 ounces there.
Yeah, a little less than 4 ounces.
Okay.
And I've got 1/3 of a cup of cream I'm going to put in there. This is going to make it nice and rich. Nice and rich. So we're going to put this, stir it up. I'm going to put this on simmer. We're going to get it all stirred together here. And then we're going to put it in with the noodles. Like I said, I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees because we're going to bake this now. That's why we didn't cook the noodles till they were tender. Put that over there. I'm going to put this down here out of the way. I'm going to bring the noodle dish over. Tilly's hoping that something, just anything, will fall on the floor. It really doesn't matter. Okay. Now, we're going to scoop this into our noodle mixture. Okay, now we're going to scoop this into our noodle mixture. And we're going to stir it all together. I pick up that pan, but it's a little on the hot side. You know, this is a nice one-dish meal. You can put a salad with it and a dinner roll, and you've got a great, great supper. And you'll have some leftovers, and that's what we like because we normally use the leftovers for lunch the following day. Nothing goes to waste in our house, which is the way it should be. Okay. Now, pretty much got it all. Now we're going to just mix it together here. Now you can put this in another bowl and mix it together and then pour it in your baking dish. My reaction is, why would you dirty another dish? I don't enjoy doing dishes that much. Although I will tell you that there are some nights that I have this spectacular dishwasher that comes out into the kitchen while I'm sitting down relaxing, and he does all the dishes for me. You talk about being appreciative. That's something I appreciate. But then he's a great husband. Alright, this is pretty well mixed together. Now we're going to take the rest of our cheese, we grated, we're going to top it. Pour it on there. Think that might be too much cheese? No, you can never have enough cheese. Okay, now we're going to put this in the oven, 350 degree oven, and we're going to bake it about 30 minutes until it's nice and bubbly, bubbly, bubbly. Let me rinse my hands off, and then we'll get her in the oven for you. Grab my towel. Okay, Tilly, you're going to have to move. Come on, move, Tilly. Tilly, move. You know, we didn't need the pasta water to thicken this after all, but it's always a good idea to keep some pasta water out in case you do have to thicken it. So we're going to pop this in the oven. 350 degrees. I'm going to set the timer on my dirty oven, thank you very much, for 30 minutes. And we'll take a break and we'll see you back here in a few. Okay, now we're gonna, it's all done. That looks good. We'll take it out of the oven. Set it right there. I guess I better clean my oven before I do this again. Got a little bit of parsley here. Just give it a little. That looks almost good enough to eat, doesn't it, Will?
You know, I think so. Yeah, you're good. You're good here.
All right, good.
Let's look at this, Soph. Let's look at this. Let's bring the camera down here and have a peek. Oh yeah. Yeah,
How's that look?
that looks good enough to eat.
Okay, well, I hope so, because this is your supper.
Oh, good.
And put some in here. So, my oh my. Do a little sprinkling of parsley on there for you. So this is your supper, Will. You could probably wipe the drippings off the side of the bowl here. Now, you probably want to, do you want to taste this, Will?
I think you should.
Well, let's let it cool a minute here. But it looks good. You can see the meat and the noodles and cheese and the tomato sauce. Mmm. 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 That is good. What's even going to be better, I think we can freeze some of this for later on in the week. So, beef and noodles with cheese, of course. Cheese makes it all better. So until next time, blessings to you and your family. Thank you, my new subscribers. I sure do appreciate you, and I appreciate the ones that have been with me forever. You touch my heart. Until next time, blessings to you and your family. Have a great day.